Hey, welcome. My name is Sergeant First Class Arthur George. I'm here to give you guys an information speech on type 1 diabetes. Knock knock.
Who's there?
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees who?
The Bee Gees a little high. Did you bolus? All right. So what that means is BG is blood glucose. Okay, and then bolus is insulin that you need to take. All right. This is a little joke I found, in a type 1 diabetes, website. So, just wanted to throw it in there. All right. Type 1 diabetes, it's a disease that affects your pancreas. Okay. So when you get type 1 diabetes, it means your pancreas is not working. All right. The American Diabetes Association says there are more adults that have type 1 diabetes than kids nowadays, even though type 1 diabetes is known as a juvenile diabetes. All right, but now it's turning to where adults are now getting type 1 diabetes than younger children. To understand type 1 diabetes, you need to know what it is and how it affects your body. All right, so what we're going to do is, what is type 1 diabetes? Okay, how does type 1 diabetes happen? All right, there's different ways that type 1 diabetes happens, but the one thing that doesn't happen is just because you eat a lot of sugary snacks, okay, when you're a kid, all right, doesn't mean you're going to get type 1 diabetes. That's a myth, okay? So that's normally your type 2 diabetes, all right, where that can be, handled with a pill or monitoring what you eat. All right, type 1 diabetes is because there's a part of your body, an organ, that failed, okay, and that happens to anybody, all right? It can happen, all right? That's different ways. All right, and also what it is, it's your pancreas. Your pancreas is what supplies insulin to your body. All right, it's what helps keep your blood sugars at a safe level. All right, not too low, not too high, all right, but at a safe level. The reason I'm saying this is because, he's 14 now, so 4 years ago, my stepson at 9 was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. All right, and I thought, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Because I knew the kid didn't eat a lot of sugar snacks or anything like that. But it's not. It's his pancreas failed, and that. So the doctor reassured that it was nothing that we did. It's just it happens. It's genetics. It can be genetics, or it just has a bad pancreas. So what do you need to do if you're a type 1 diabetic? Well, one is you're now going to have to take insulin shots. Okay, multiple times a day. All right. He takes 4 shots. All right. Takes one for breakfast. Takes one for lunch, takes one for dinner, and then he takes one that's it's a shot that will actually last throughout the night. All right, that keeps his blood sugar level. All right, but there's all kinds of different things out there now. All right, there's pens, there's insulin pumps, they're working on actually making a false pancreas that will actually supply. Just kind of like you see in the movies. A robotic pancreas. That will actually help you, your body produce insulin, so you don't have to use shots anymore or insulin pump or anything like that. Food-wise, I thought I was gonna have to change my everything, everything I cook. It's not. He can still eat everything else, that he ate before. Just you gotta watch. Carbohydrates is the big thing. Okay, is what diabetics need to have in their diet. Carbohydrates is what helps with the blood glucose. All right, so if you don't have enough carbohydrates, all right, it means the insulin that he takes, all right, is gonna overcome his carbohydrates, which means he's gonna end up having a very low blood sugar. Okay, so carbohydrates was the big thing that I had to make sure was in my meals, which I do meat, potatoes, veggies and all that stuff. So all that stuff has carbohydrates in it. There's all different types of devices out there. I brought in 3 devices that we use at my house. All right. There's blood glucose monitor. Okay. This is what is used to check your blood. Put a little strip in here. It comes with a little poker. Poke your finger. Put a little drop blood on it, and it reads and tells you what your blood sugar is. All right. If it's high, if it's low, if it's medium. That's how you know how much insulin you need to take. Before you eat. All right, but you test yourself throughout the day if you feel low and feel high. This is an insulin pen, okay? This is what he used in the beginning. All right, this is what a lot of people use, okay? And put a needle on it, turn the little dial, see how many units, it's called units of insulin. All right, and go ahead, stab it, you know, in a meaty joint of your body, and hit the plunger. All right. But now he is on an insulin pump, so we don't need to use pens anymore. And then this thing, I brought this in here. It's called glucagon. All right, this is an emergency kit. All right, this is if the diabetic is so low that, you know, he's not responding to you whatsoever, nothing you can do. You open this kit up, it's got a needle, it's already got the insulin in it, you stab him, and it'll start raising his blood sugar up to where, you know, he'll be responsive, he or she will be responsive. So there's just a couple of the devices that they use, but there's a lot more out there, and they're always coming up with new devices. So with the information I gave you today, we went over the devices, the foods, you know, what type 1 diabetes is, what part of the body it affects. So I'm hoping with this, you know, you guys know a little bit more about type 1 diabetes, and, you know, the myths about, oh, you know, he's gonna eat that whole chocolate cake, he's gonna get diabetes, is actually not true. And so I thank you for coming to my speech, and hope you have a good day.